Alright guys, today we're going to be playing some Roll. I've played this game a little bit before, and I haven't gotten super far. I say that, but I'm not even on the top 100 of the leaderboards. I think I'm going to be going for a run of getting a lot of dice, like the dice multipliers. That's what I'm going to be going for. I have no idea what the good strategies are for this game, so I'm just going to go straight for the upgrades. Because I think getting the first two shop upgrades, just rolling down with your first dice, is generally worth it, because the next shop upgrade is the one that becomes more expensive relative to the amount of rolls you have. And the things in the shop I want right now are quite expensive anyways, like this thing, the die quantity multiplier, and the die adder face. We're just going to be rolling down until we get the next level of shop, gone up to 3 dice. And at this point, it should be a bit more worth it to find not this face, because this is too expensive, but something cheaper that can hopefully get us more points. I might do a few runs to see and show the good parts of those. Tempted to go for the die booster adder. Don't think it's quite worth it. And I don't want to get the add incrementers, because later on, the multipliers for having dice under the number of 13 is much better than having dice at 99. We're going to have a lot of dice under 13. Regretfully, I'm just going to go for another one of these. And I think I'll just get this 40 and put a lightweight on it, so then we can go for the next level of the shop without spending too many rolls. Whether this is optimal, I have no idea, but I'm doing it. Also, is the other lightweight more cheap? It is. We're going for that one. Alright. Now we're just going to go for the next level of shop and see what we get in there. Still not looking too great for us. This is very tempting, but also too expensive to go for. I'm going to roll for this and put a heavyweight on it. Now, the ultimate thing that I have found to be really good for this strategy is to get a die with a die breeder face adder, to add a weight to it on that one face, and then to add a 3 times reroller on that face, or to add these 6 3 times rerollers to a die breeder die, because then they will always roll triple, which means that 3 of the faces go down instead of 1 at a time. Oh yeah, I forgot to buy my weight. Alright, now we're just going to roll for the next shop upgrade. This run is not going as great as it could have. I have used a lot of my rerolls looking for better things in the shop for this run. Now this, very tempting to go for, but I would need an increase in income on my whole die to do it, which I'm thinking of a way to do it. I think if I roll for this add multiplier, but that still wouldn't be enough. I still don't think that would be enough. I think we just need to reroll. This is very tempting, but can't go for it quite yet. This is very reachable. I'm going to go for this one. And these are especially good. The die boosters have faces that are, 4 of them are going to be the die quantity multipliers, and 1 of them will be a die adder. So they are just very beneficial to the overall strategy we're going for. Tempted to grab this right now, but I don't think I will. I will grab a heavyweight though, and probably roll for these. I'll probably roll for these first, because they will be, if they'll decrease the rolls, I have to roll for my heavyweight. more efficient for rolls overall. As for the heavyweight, I'm going to put that on the die adder, the one on my right face. And I'm spreading all these all out because if you spread them out, there's a slightly higher chance they're rolled than if you put them on the same dice. All right. Now, I think if I go for this, I can then roll for this without having too much of a downside. And I will put this on this dice, roll for this weight, put it on that, and then go ahead and roll for the die breeder dice. I am getting close to lower rolls, but I'm starting to pick up. This strategy really picks up later in. I've seen the numbers people get on the top of the leaderboard, and I don't even know how to come close to approaching those numbers. Possibly with a different strategy. I don't think this strategy peaks nearly as high as some other strategies can. Now, what we're going to do here is I think we're going to finally replace my middle dice with this. And yeah, these aren't worth it. These are going to be very worth it later in, but they're not going to be worth it for us right now until we start popping off with passives, which we haven't really rolled a incredible passive here. I'm buying these re-rollers to put onto my middle dice, so there's a higher chance we roll this in the 960 rolls we have left. These two are both not great for us. And I could go for this. I don't know if I should. I don't think I will. Triple re-rollers. No 99s bonus. I'm grabbing that, and then I'm going to grab this single set of a kind. The no 99s bonus will give us a huge boost in this round. Gotta double check how expensive it is. I don't want to waste too many rolls. Yeah, we're almost there. Alright. The single set of a kind, it should be real easy to get that since we're earning double that we were just a second ago. Grab that. I don't want either of these because that will ruin our no 99s bonus. And these are very tempting to go for, but they cap out much lower than the actual numbers do in this game whenever you get all of these. We really want this. However, we can't get the bonus quite yet, but it would be very useful more later on. I'm going to grab this because I believe our middle dice is using a lightweight. And our middle dice is really beneficial for us. I'm going to go ahead and grab these so I can put those re-rollers on our die breeder over here, which will make it work much faster. Preferably ×3 re-rollers, but we're probably not going to get those. I might go ahead and roll up for this since we can afford it, I think. Yeah, not too much trouble with it either. And it will be useful much later on. Yahtzee bonuses are actually really good for this run because we're going to end up with a lot of dice and the chances for Yahtzees are quite high. Thinking though, it's really expensive. I'm probably just going to grab this and continue on with a reroll. This isn't worth it. The weight might be, but I really want to roll for this, but that's kind of out of reach at this moment. Still a lot of these are out of reach. I might pick up this because it does work on at least one of the things. I guess it's not really worth it for me right now, although it is only 31. That is like just a few rolls. I'll go ahead and pick it up. I'm going to go ahead and use my last free reroll. This isn't worth it because we have those. I might... No, not worth it because they're all 1/1/1s, yeah. Pay for a reroll. Less than 6. I really want this. That would actually probably be worth all of the rerolls. Not all of the rerolls, but all of the rolls for it. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. Passive Hunter is great for us because we're gonna be buying a freak ton of passives whenever we find them. This is not particularly great. We don't have any single face multipliers. Add dice, we could go for it, but not particularly interested in it. This is something we will buy, also because it gives us more rerolls. I might pick up this. Honestly, we don't quite need it right this moment, seeing as we have this middle dice, which is much better than that face alone. And we could just copy this one when we get later on and we get these. Thinking I might grab the Yahtzee reroll. It doesn't do anything for us right now, but whenever we get reroll multiplier bonuses, it will significantly help us out. Anything divided by 2, divisible by 2, I mean. Go for it. Don't think I should roll for that. I'll definitely roll for this. Not for this. This would be good for us, but it stops the dice adders. So like all the things that add dice will no longer be able to count down their number if this is in the game. So that kind of does freak us up if we do that. It is good to pick that up later on in the run if you're going for the final number. Just looking for, yeah, that is a very good upgrade for us. Oh, not that button. There we go. This adds the previous roll to rerolls. This is a good upgrade for us. Yahtzee bonus. Keep going. Considering this, after picking this up, I might have enough income to go for it. I think I do. I'll go ahead and grab it. I'm running out of rolls here, so I don't know how far I'm going to get in this. I'm going to copy this middle dice, I believe. This run is turning out to not have gone as smoothly as it could. This is a good upgrade. I'll grab it if I can. Try this. At this point, it's definitely not worth it to clone my dice. Regrettably. I've had much more luck with this on different attempts. We'll go for this. We have yet to find the really good upgrade for us, which would be the multiplier of all your dice by 5, the die quantity multiplier. Although I am rolling for very high numbers at this point, but I still don't think it's going to be worth it. I'll grab this, because we can't afford it in 2 rolls. I'll grab this, just so we can maybe squeeze out a few more dice. I'll grab this, because that'll help us squeeze out a few more dice if I throw it on a die breeder. I'll go ahead and grab this, and instead of copying the middle dice, I'm going to copy this one in the bottom right that I put the ×3 reroll on. This is an incredible upgrade, although it is 37 million, which we got in a flash. Grab this upgrade. Go ahead and copy this dice again. Ooh, that's a really good upgrade. The run multiplier. This upgrade's also really good. Oh, did I get an incrementer? Freak, did I get an incrementer upgrade? That might be the end of the run if I grabbed an incrementer upgrade. How do I see my passives? That's the one. Freak! Yep, I grabbed an incrementer. Yep, that is the run then. Although it's not completely lost, I just can't get these upgrades anymore because they will be useless. Also, this upgrade will be useless. I'm just going to use my rerolls, try to find upgrades. Again, just putting the ×3 rerollers on my die breeder dies. Grab this. All right. We're getting up into the pretty high numbers now. I'll grab this just because it doesn't hurt anything. It's only a benefit for like 3 rolls. This is a very big no-no to grab. Will destroy our run. We're very close to getting to the end here. I think it's still beneficial for me to be grabbing these passives. I'll definitely get this one. I would be grabbing the below 13 passive, however, I have fricked that up, turns out, in this run. I'm going to stop getting more dice that add dice, as there's not too much point in it at this point. This is very good. The run length multiplier, that is one of the best upgrades for this. Looks like I might be rolling it down pretty soon. I'm going to roll until I get my next free reroll, which is right here. Free reroll the shop. Anything I want. No, going for the rebates is a interesting idea early in the game, but it doesn't seem to pay off well because you don't get the upgrades for them until like tier 3 or 4 shop. Okay. Seeing as I have no more rerolls, I could buy rerolls, but I think I'm just going to roll out the rest of this and see how much I get. So yeah, there I am, 1.9 times 10 to the power of 16. My highest score is this. And I think what I'm going to do is try again in this same video. Going for another run of the same strategy to see if I can pull it off any better. So once again, going for these is kind of tempting, but I'm just going to go for this. It should be an average of 300 rolls, and the next shop upgrade should also be an average of 300 rolls. Not 300, 200 rolls, because the average on the dice is 3. We usually get there before that, as I've noticed. You tend to roll higher in this game than the statistics would agree with. Once again, about 30 rolls before what you would expect. And I'm going to grab this. This is actually a really good thing to get on early, because that die face will now be worth 30. And it's much cheaper than what a normal die face would cost, and it also does scale. Well, not cheaper than what a normal die face would cost. I'm pretty sure a 30 die face would cost less, but it does scale much better with our strategy we're going for. As for this, I might just go for this, seeing as our die is better off. Burn a lot of rolls here, but I think it's worth it. We're still up in the high amounts of rolls right now. This is a really good thing to get on the reroll. I'll pick that up and I'll put a heavy weight on it. And then I think I'll go for the next shop upgrade. Die face now rolls for 160 since we have 4 dice. Reroll this. Tempting to go for it, but I don't think I will. This is also very tempting to go for, but I don't think I have the kind of dice income to do it. So I'm going to continue on looking for something else. This is also tempting. Although this does not work for die quantity faces. It wouldn't work with that. I would have to get the other one. Get it, great. Thinking. None of these are all that amazing for us. We're going to continue. This is really good later on, and it's actually really cheap right now. So I do think I will grab it. Yeah. Can help us out a little bit early on. Not a ton though, because we don't have very many more dice. Might just grab a dice for 4,000. That's not extremely expensive at all. Now what I might do is actually grab this and throw this new dice into the middle so that it can form runs with the other dice. Go ahead and keep going. This is a really good thing to grab. So is this. I'm going to grab that first though. this on this die face and roll for this, which shouldn't take too long. Which I will put. I don't want to ruin the vertical roll here, so I'm just going to ruin the horizontal roll, seeing as the vertical roll is not helping right this moment, the vertical run adder. But it will in the future. This is very good to get. Quite expensive, but I think it would be worth. Very good to grab. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on this dice. Single set of a kind bonus. Triple re-rollers. I'm going to grab the triple re-rollers first and throw them on this left dice so that we can get going on creating more dice more early. And grab this. Single set of a kind is a pretty big buff for us, so I'm going to continue looking on. I'm going to grab this to put on my die adder dice. Throw it on there. Continuing on. This is very good. I think I'll maybe grab the weight first and then throw it on my 100 that's on this face, just so I get more consistency. Throw it on there, then grab this 100 and put it on the dice up here. Alright, with that, I think I'm going to roll for the die breeder dice adder, which didn't take too long at all. We're still at 600 rolls, which is doing pretty swell for this strategy, considering it's not the best thing you've ever seen. I really want to go for this, which I think might have been the downfall for me last time, but I think we're in a much better position to go for it soon, so we'll see. I do think I will go for it. I don't think it's going to be that many rolls, considering we go up pretty fast. Buy this. Reroll. Get this one. Now, there's some questions here. Do I go for this? I think I do. Do I have a die breeder? I do believe I do. No, that's a... Questions. I don't think I grabbed this yet. I'll just keep going. We'll grab that. Then I think I'll get this. Alright. Debating whether I want to go for this or not. I think I will. risky. This is a very good upgrade, and so is this one. I'll go for this one first. Then I'll go for this one. This is a good upgrade as well. Any of the Yahtzee double or triple of kinds are very good in a board where you have tons of dice that are all usually 1 through 6. Oh, I don't want that. Nothing catching my eye here. We'll keep going. Nothing here either, I believe. This is a very good upgrade to grab. I think this one might end up better than the last run. Yet we are yet to see the holy grail of this run, which would be the ×5 for all of our dice. This will be a good thing to pick up if I can get it. Yep. This as well. I believe this strategy can be very powerful if you get it to pop off early. However, I usually tend to get it popping off much later into the run, which is quite sad for me. I think the passive hunter might be a bait to grab early. We are popping off quite a bit, multiplying our output. This is tempting to go for, but it might actually be worth it on this run. I'll go ahead and pick it up. What that passive does for people who aren't super familiar with this game is the dices here that have all the adder faces will make a lot more, and they won't produce dice. You read here, all die/refresh adders will no longer add dice/SOP refreshes when they would normally add die/refreshes. Instead, they will be worth, for the die adders will be worth the quantity of dice you have plus the number of rolls it's used to produce times 100, which is a lot. It's a huge roll. I could grab this, but honestly, it might actually detriment me, as this would make the amount of the rolls for a dice cheaper, meaning that the amount of money I get out of the passive I was just talking about would be less, so buying this might actually lower my output. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm getting all my upgrades in about one roll now. Although I am short on rolls, it would appear. This might be worth it. I do believe getting ×50. I was thinking about it, and getting ×50 would negate these dice and these dice. But I believe getting ×50, because these results are huge results compared to like these results, actually nothing. as it is going in this run. This is useless. Still useless. This is actually good. I'm really looking for that times 10 upgrade for numbers. Similar to the times 51, but it's just times 10. You can get both of them. You can also grab this. Yeah, this one. I'll go ahead and grab these on the off chance that on some of these rolls I don't roll weighted dice, like this one. Just for that off chance. They also give me 2 free rerolls over here because I have Passive Hunter. I'll grab this. And that. I'll grab it, just in case I do roll. Actually, grabbing this is useless. I've just remembered because the things that have weights on them don't actually earn anything, so. This wouldn't affect almost anything on my board. Dun -dun. Go ahead and roll again. I'll go ahead and grab the Yahtzee reroller, as that would drastically increase the numbers we're getting. Go ahead and grab that. The run reroller. The bullet 13 reroller. Do we have a perfect square? We do not. Didn't think we did. Die discount. Wouldn't really want it. Okay, well, we're out of shop refreshes. I think I'll just roll it down from here and see what number we get. Better than the last run, even though it was looking worse around the end. But still not close to my maximum with this strategy. And if you guys would like to see the leaderboards as of current to see how far I am from them, we have this guy at the top with 1.29 to the power times 10 to the power of 208. If you guys have any suggestions on other runs I can do, builds that are good in this game, would be happy to try. I have tried a lottery build before and failed terribly at it. So I would be willing to give that another go, or any other strategies you have. Until the next time, I guess.